I have cards. I don't carry cash. I had like $1 in my pocket. I pulled it out and I threw it in the bag. And the guy goes, $1? And they start, because obviously they get, they got a script for what they do with some asshole that gives them $1. And they start with me on that. And I'm pointing at my wife. They made me call my wife out of the crowd. She had to come up and give me a kiss to make sure that it was my wife. And I'll tell you what, I guess she was marking her territory. She was watching these gay guys looking at me. So
not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. Okay, there is something wrong with this. And I want to, if you haven't been listening to us, for very long, you may not know this. I don't even know. You may not even know who this is if you never paid attention to the Winter Olympics. But there is a United States men's ice skater. His name is Johnny Weir.
Johnny Weir.
And yes, and he's very flaming gay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right. Not that there's anything wrong
of course
with that.
not.
But this was at the Winter Olympics back in 2010, and he was talking. I think it was. I can't remember if it was like somebody he was skating against or somebody.
He had that Russian queen that he hated. Remember the guy gave himself a platinum medal?
Yes. Yes. Right. It was one of his his competition.
He gave himself a platinum medal. I do not like your Olympics with your drug testing. I'll give myself a platinum medal.
But this is what Johnny Weir said back then.
If I had the chance to sit down with them over a poutine, I think we'd all be like lovely people together.
He just wanted to sit down with him over a poutine, which we found out was some sort of French fry, right?
It's a cheese curd dipped over some French fry. I now have firsthand knowledge of this.
I know, because I got a text from you that said, "Oh, one other thing. Yesterday I ate poutine."
I had some poutine on the street. As a matter of fact, some street poutine, Tom.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not. Not at all. So yeah, I got some poutine out of a lunch truck, just specifically so that I could come on the show and tell everybody I had some poutine.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we're on to Sunday morning. It says, so I just walked past Trump Tower, and what do you know? I'm the new energy secretary.
I had to turn it down. He was like, you're walking very quickly. I like your style. I said to him, I said, look, you know what you really ought to do? You ought to claim 2 or 3 of your hotels as White Houses, and then you can bill out more security to the taxpayers. He said, hey, that's not a bad idea. I said, then you ought to call your house servants the secretaries of the interior. I like you, he said. I like you a lot.
Then I get a text that says, more ridiculousness. I'm in Times Square, the ultimate tourist bullshit store, the Kellogg store, a frigging cereal store.
Dude, I thought, now when I texted you that, I'm standing in the throng on Times Square. Honest to God. It's 20,000 people crammed into that place. I'm okay with it. I don't like crowds, but I'm going down there, so I figure, what the fuck? I'm not going to worry about it. I see the sign for this place because they have all of everything there is just the ultimate. It's like fucking advertisement puke. It's everywhere, and everything is specialized. There's a Reese's store. There's a Hershey store. And it's got all. I went in the M&M store. Everything is M&Ms. There's a million kinds of M&Ms and M&M T-shirts and blah, blah, blah. So I see this sign down the street for the Kellogg store, and I'm thinking, okay, this is ridiculous. It's for cereal products. So I go in there, dude. I thought it was for like Tony the Tiger T-shirts and shit. No, it's a goddamn cafe where you can order Kellogg's fucking cereal.
Unreal.
On Times Square, you can go in and order a bowl of Frosted Flakes. They don't have anything else there. There's no other menu. It's just goddamn Kellogg's fucking cereal.
Wow.
I know. And it's like $7.95 for a bowl of cornflakes.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
I have no idea. I didn't see the prices, but it's in Times Square. As soon as I walked in and saw what it was, I rolled my eyes. I started laughing and walked out. I couldn't believe it.
First off, you couldn't give me a bowl of cornflakes for free.
I couldn't. Dude, that'd be like having the Deer Park store where all it is bottles of water.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. All right, then I get a text that evening. It says, well, guess who left the Vikings defense on the bench?
That was me. Yes, that was me. Yes. Of course, that was me. Yes, that was me.
Then I get, let's see. Seriously, just once, I would like to see them say, and here's Michelle Tafoya for a bunch of nothing to say.
I can't even remember what she was telling us. Pre-game, she was telling us something, something usual.
The Redskins are going to come out when they have the ball, and they're going to run offensive plays. Back to you, Bob.
You know, the typical shit.
Then I got, man, I just love having 2 commercials for every one play, don't you?
Oh my God. I swear to God, I think I did an inaccurate count. You got to remember, I was in a hotel room and I was making hash marks on a notepad. But in the first half, there were 647 commercials. You can count them if you want.
I believe you.
I mean, seriously. One thing I did learn when I was in those stores following my wife around all these frou-frou stores, where I could go into like Saks Fifth Avenue and get the same Champion sweatshirt that I'm wearing that I got for $24.95 at Modell's down outside of Washington, D.C. I can get here for $169.95. The same shirt. But while I'm following her around, you really get introduced to the gay community that way, is going into these stores.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
Not at all. No. Not at all. But you ask them, excuse me, where can I find some slacks? And then they look at you up and down. Well, for you, they could be over there. It's like,
then I got a text from you. It said, admit it, you like that. Freaking blew the Packers out. We're recording Wednesday, right?
You like that? Yeah. You like that?
He had some more shit to say this week. There's all kinds of talk about how he treated our general manager after the game.
Well, yeah, he went up and, you know what, though? They were laughing it up, and then all of a sudden he rubbed his hair.
I know.
He messed up his
does
hair.
that to everybody. When he's coming off last week he was coming off the field, he did that ooh-wee thing, and he grabs one of the coaches and rubs him by the head. That's what he does. Fuck it. He's on top of the world. Best quarterback in the NFL. Mark it.
Oh, for God's sakes.
What? Kirk Cousins, baby.
Let me know when he wins 9 in a row.
I don't need to let you know when he's going to win 9 in a row. What I need to know is that they're going to fucking pay him, and they're not going to let him get even close to the train station as soon as the season is over.
Well, Skip Bayless says that's a mistake. They should not pay him.
Skip Bayless is a mistake. You know they're putting Rob Parker on that show now.
On what show?
On that show with Shannon Sharp and
when?
Skip Bayless. I just read it today. They're going to put Rob Parker on there, Mr. Cornball.
That is not necessary. It is fine the way it is.
Fine. See, this is what I hear when they tell me, this is the fastest growing sports show on television. Fastest growing means we are not getting very many viewers.
That's too bad, because it's really good.
Well, I guess if you like that sort of thing. But see, Skip Bayless is on there, which means that half of the show, at least, is complete contrived bullshit. Said with a gay voice.
He's been right all year. Shannon Sharp owes him so many cases of Diet Mountain Dew, I can't even tell you. It's ridiculous.
He drinks Diet Mountain Dew?
Skip does, yeah.
Oh, well, not that there's anything wrong with that.
That's gay.
Right.
Right. Diet Mountain Dew. I just want the energy and the flavor.
Well, anyway, so the other night Kirk Cousins yelled, "How do you like me now?"
Right. Right in the general manager's ear.
Oh, my God. Why?
You'll hear. You'll hear after the fourth one. You'll hear it.
I gotta listen that long, huh?
How you like me now?
Oh God!
How you like me now? How you like me now? How you like me now?
That's all.
Hey, I got one for you.
Okay.
You remember this guy?
Fuck Zeke Elliott. Zeke Elliott.
You know?
Yeah.
I can't stand them motherfuckers, but they just good.
I wonder if he got the job.
Man, I can't go to a fucking interview like this, man.
Well, it looks like your credentials are in order there, Mr. Smith, but have you been crying? Something wrong?
Got a fucking job interview today and shit, man. I can't go to a fucking interview like this, man. I'm all shook up, man.
Right. So,
what's the matter? You look all shook up.
yeah, I had to go and do this.
Fucking shook up, man. Fucking tired of Dak Prescott. That's all I'm hearing is Dak, Dak, Dak. Fuck Dak. Fuck Zeke Elliott. Fuck the Cowboys.
I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy trip. My friends say I'm acting wild as a bug. I'm in love.
I'm all shook up.
Yeah, I'm in love.
I'm all shook up.
As interesting as that may be, Jackson, we don't think you're good for the job.
I'm in love.
Thank you for coming.
I'm all shook up.
Oh, it's too good.
Oh,
That
hell.
is too good. All right. Oh, good. We each had a good one this week. That was good. I liked yours too. That was pretty funny.
Oh, I didn't make that song. I just found it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
I
didn't make
thought
that.
you
I
made
just
that.
found it.
Oh, okay. Well, whoever
I don't know
made that,
I don't know who made it.
we need to give them.
But I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Yeah, we need to give them some credit, man. You can find out who made that.
Oh, I don't know. It's just one of them YouTube things. All they did was put one word on, one line in there.
Yeah, that's all I did.
Shit.
I'm in love.
I'm all shook up.
The little that's the best part when that caps it off. Okay, so I did want to mention this. Did you saw this where the Seattle Seahawks they cut Christian Michael?
Yeah.
The running
the
back.
dude's gone all over the league, hadn't he?
Well, no. Okay, so he was in Seattle originally, and then he was in Dallas last year for a little while, and then he went back to Seattle, and he busted his ass. He did everything for the Seahawks for the first half of this season. In fantasy, I mean, he was double digit. He was averaging double digit fantasy points. Now, they had CJ Procease and Thomas Rawls, but they were both hurt, and so all they had was Christian Michael, and he played pretty damn good. He was the bell cow, but then Rawls and Procease got healthy, and they also activated this kid Troy Maine Pope off the practice squad, and I did like this kid.
Anybody named Troy Maine is going to be all right in my book.
Troy Maine Pope, dude. He was one of them. If you watched the film, if you watched him on TV, he just jumped off the screen at you. That look test. You talk about passing the look test. This kid had it.
Right.
So they activate him off the practice squad. Rawls and Procease are now healthy, and they just kick Christian Michael to the curb.
Procease was not healthy the other day. I mean, he was, but then he kind of came up lame in the game.
Well, no, he did. He got hurt in the game. Now look,
Yeah.
I understand it's a business, but damn,
Yeah.
you do all that
What
for
do you gotta
half a
do?
year, and all of a sudden, a couple guys get healthy, and look at this kid on the practice squad, and now you're out of a job. But guess what? The Green Bay Packers claimed him off waivers, and I mean, you're talking
I
about
saw him on the sideline.
that's a team starving for a running back.
See, man, that's the thing about the Packers. They're so goddamn beat up. Their offensive line is destroyed. They've got a wide receiver playing running back, although Starks is back now. They're picking guys like Michael off the street. They've got safeties playing cornerback. But there's supposed to be rules that stop this sort of thing, Tom. We're supposed to be seeing a safer football game. Aren't we? Isn't that why we have these officials throwing so many fucking flags all the goddamn time? Because they want to look out for players' fucking safety?
I'm just really glad that you just told me that all the Redskins did was beat up on a beat up shitty team.
I'm not going to disagree with that. You'd have to be stupid to say so. The Packers are beat up, and you know what? If you get a beat up shitty team in front of you, so what? That's the roll of the dice in the NFL.
That's right.
My point is that they keep making these rules to make it better, and these teams are all beat the fuck up. All of them. Well, most of them anyway.
Yeah, and so Christian Michael's now a Packer. I hear he's definitely playing next week. I don't know if he's going to start or not, but he's definitely going to play. I imagine he'll back Starks up as he learns more of the playbook, but I think eventually he'll take over that job. But now, so what happens? Seattle played Philadelphia.
Philly.
Yeah, and what happened? CJ Procease hurt his shoulder really bad, and Troy Maine Pope's got a really bad high ankle sprain. They don't think either one of them will play for the rest of the regular season. And here's where the drama comes into play, John.
The drama.
December 11th.
Okay.
The Seahawks play at Green Bay.
Okay.
I think for 1 week, the Packers are going to be
Christian
really
Michael,
good
right?
because Christian Michael is going to run like a god.
Nah, see, what's going to happen is between now and then, the Packers are going to sign some schmuck guy that was hey, that fella picking up the trash over there, he looks like a strong guy. Come on in here. Yeah, you, Michael, get the fuck out of here. This guy's going to play for us this week.
Well, they must like Christian Michael because they said he's definitely going to play next week, and they opted not to bring Eddie Lacy back from IR.
Right. He's on IR.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because he's been averaging since he's been hurt, he's been averaging 17 bags of potato chips a day.
Oh, yeah.
That's not going to do you very good. Yeah.
That's up from 12, right?
Well, when I'm talking about these injuries, right, and about the officials and everything that goes on with how bad the goddamn officiating is and how the teams don't know what it means from one goddamn crew to the next or what's going to get flagged or what's not going to get flagged, Chris Collinsworth, of all fucking idiots, said something the other night. You saw 2 times Aaron Rodgers dove to the ground and then jumped up and tried to run. Both times he would have scored. But the referee said, no, you gave yourself up. And the Redskins didn't touch him either time. And Chris Collinsworth goes, they're afraid to catch a penalty.
I heard,
They're afraid to touch him down.
I heard that.
Because and you know what? I bet you that's got something to do with it. Because